the citation, what will happen, I'll swear both parties in here to testimony, and then I'll make a judgment. You'll both raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay. Officer goes first.
On May the 17th, around 2 o'clock, I was patrolling on my motorcycle, East Main. I was across from Foot Lion on my right lane going eastbound. And he was driving a green truck going in front of me on the left lane. I was just kind of probably on his blind spot, and I saw he was merging into my lane, and I speeded up a little bit, and I observed him using his cell phone with his right hand. So I proceeded to slow down. He went into East Main. I followed behind, and I put my blue lights. After I stopped him, I introduced myself, and he put his window down probably like maybe about 1 inch or 2 inch. He told me that he don't recognize me as a police officer, and he cussed me out. And of course I told him I need to have the driver license, insurance, registration. He pulled his driver license into the window. Then I wrote him a ticket for using my cell phone. So he's right when he came like right there. That's where he is merged into my lane.
Okay.
No, it's just a red light.
No, it's frozen.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? Yeah, you just heard the big bump. And it, sorry, I don't know why it's doing that. I just watched it last night. See if it does it again. I think it was at 56 when it paused. It did.
Not freezing up.
I don't know why the audio is still working, but the video is now. Oh, that's working. Yeah, there's... See the big bump? And I'm maintaining my lane.
Right there.
Yeah. And there's the turn lane. Turn signal's on. And then I can show you the rest. The next one shows where he comes to my window.
Oh, that was where he went over the
Yes,
line.
he
Yeah.
escaped from my lane, and it kind of scared me a little bit. This when I spit it out. So when I spit it out, we make eye contact. And
I
he
don't-
was just like that.
I mean, I can go back to it
And,
because there's...
that's what I stopped him, and that's the whole stop. I
There's-
saw him with a cell phone in his hand, and
I mean, I'll look at it again. I don't see where you're saying that I didn't maintain the lane. I don't know why you didn't cite me for that if that's the case. 'Cause, I mean, I'm straight in the line. I hit the bump. There's a vehicle right beside me.
Well, we're not charged with that. We're charged with,
Right.
yeah, the phone.
Okay.
And that doesn't show, of course, it doesn't show that because,
Right. But I can show you my body cam video that...
let me ask you this. Are you more concerned the phone was part of it, but it's more about maybe the stop of whatever?
What do you mean?
That he pulled you over, or?
Well, I mean, he pulled me over under false pretenses, in my opinion. I mean, I didn't even have the cell phone in the vehicle, and then now he's saying a lot of things that are factually inaccurate. And, I mean, that just makes me think, you know, that there's more to it, you know, that he does this more regularly than most cops. I mean, because if he's going to swear under oath that, you know, I didn't maintain the lane and I had the video footage, and you know, and then he's saying that I didn't recognize him as an officer. I can show you that I never said that. All I said was, you know, he told me why he pulled me over. I started pulling stuff out, and he kept demanding that I roll my window down, and I was like, no, I'm not going to roll it all the way down. You can hear me just fine. And then he gets on the radio and calls for backup immediately. So I'm like, what's going on? So yes, I did get angry at the situation because of the totality. My kids were being bad, and then I get pulled over for something that was entirely untrue. So of course I'm gonna get angry for something like that, and I wish I could have maintained my composure a little bit better, but especially in front of my children. But there's a certain limit to anybody, something that's completely untrue, and then he's making other accusations now that I didn't even, I mean, I'm a law-abiding person. I follow all laws. I know the laws, so, you can't be law-abiding if you don't know the laws. And him telling me that I have to give in, or I have to roll my window down, I know that's not true. And then I have to give him my actual license. I don't have to do that. I know that.
By the state of Tennessee, the license belongs to the state. So if an officer asks you for identification,
You present it.
Yes. But
Yes.
most person, I'm a traffic officer, and that's what I did every day.
I know.
A normal citizen put the windows down and just give to the officer.
That's because
Most.
they're trained to do that.
They're looking to go to electronic citations, and if that would be the case, you would have to give the license.
You could just let them scan the back through the window. I mean, that's the point is, I know the laws and I follow the laws, and he pulled me over under false pretenses, so my redress of him was to act in the manner that I did.
So your defense is that you didn't have a cell phone and he pulled you over without probable cause?
Yes.
Okay. What you have to look at is the officer's testimony was that he witnessed you with the phone in your hand. You heard him say that as he pulled up. So when you pulled over and you did cross the line, I saw that on the right.
I don't see how you saw that, because I didn't see that.
I think I saw that.
I hit a pothole, and that was
To
it.
the right. So, but anyway, that's not the issue. The issue was that. So you have the responsibility of swaying me that you didn't have your phone in your hand. And really, basically, all I have is your testimony on that also.
Right. So it's my word against his, and
Pretty much is what it is. And it's kind of like when the football game. Is there enough evidence here for me to find you not guilty?
Okay.
And that's kind of what I have to look at.
okay.
And I'm always trying and be as fair and consistent. That's always been my goal.
Well, before you make your ruling, could I show you the rest of the video to show that I never said that I don't recognize him as an officer, because that would show that he's not being truthful, and also that I did have the window halfway down when he said it was only down an inch.
Does it really have any bearing on the hands-free?
Yes,
That's what
because-
the violation is.
Well, to me it does. I mean, you just said that it's my word against his, and if he's making false statements to the court, that should bear some credibility issues, in my opinion, Your Honor.
But to me, was the testimony about right off the bat was the phone in your hand.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, he's making false statements now. I mean, he's obviously not. He's going to.
I'll look at it, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
definitely.
well, I mean, yeah, an officer gets to look at it too.
Yes, I mean, if he's saying that I said I don't recognize you as an officer, and that the window is only down an inch, I mean, that should definitely bear some, let's see.
I'll be right back.
Yep. It's the wrong one. I'm not trying to hold the cord up, I promise.
And then I've got one of those.
I do apologize. Let's see.
I didn't know this was going to take this long.
Well, me neither, girl.
Normally, it's pretty short and sweet. I mean, it's not. That's okay. It's what we do.
I thought I had it all organized. But apparently the first video is moved. Let's see. It was the 15th, 17th. Sorry, I've got so many videos and stuff on here. Been working on some edits for a lot of stuff.
I'll be right back.
I keep coming to that one, that's why. That's the same day. I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's okay. Yep. Alright, you can see the window's a lot more than just an inch.
That's when I called for backup. He was already put into yes.
Being facetious, Your Honor.
I can't make out what all this means.
I can turn in. He's saying he needs to have the stuff. The window's still more than halfway down. Can't understand that?
I'm not watching this body cam.
No, this is from mine.
Yes, this is yes. No.
Yes. So I mean, like I said, it's showing that the window was down more than halfway.
He did say you did roll it down.
No, he said it was only down an
Right,
inch.
and then you did roll it down some.
It was over halfway down. He said it was only down like an inch, and he couldn't hear me. That's why he ordered me to roll it down. I mean, I'm just trying to show you that his credibility. You know.
My honor, as you can hear, his truck is very loud. I mean, he's filming from inside, he can hear it clearly. But when I'm from outside, his truck is very loud. I guess it's a diesel truck?
It was, yes.
Okay. Was, okay. So I can hardly hear. And yes, when I approached him, his window was that much.
The video just showed it was over halfway down when you came up.
I'm not going to argue over inches on this.
I mean, it's the whole point.
Yeah, and we go back to the hands-free. So that's where we are. And that was
Okay.
a law, and it started in July 2019. So here we are. I don't see enough evidence, you know. You didn't bring anyone today for testimony. You could have brought witnesses.
I mean, my mother-in-law, she was there, but I mean, the video speaks for itself. You know, I mean, he's already said numerous things that were untrue, and I mean, I've got all paperwork and everything where I submitted to get my text and call data, but Straight Talk has yet to send it to me, even though I sent them this twice. I've got the law here, shows that, you know, it says that you can have a cell phone, obviously, but playing on your cell phone is the problem. And I was not, I didn't have a cell phone at all, so I wasn't playing on the cell phone.
Right. Cannot have it in your hand.
Well, it says you can have it in your hand, but you just can't be actively calling or, I mean, I've got it right here. It just says,
Me too.
right.
I think I'm Randy. I think I've heard enough here. I think on this, we're going to find you guilty of the dance free.
I knew you would.
And what happens here is court.
Yes, I will appeal.
On this, it's only $60 because that's what the lawmakers set that. It's kind of rare because most of the time they leave it up to the judge, but they designated $60. It's kind of like seatbelt. That's where they designated $30. So this is only $60, but there are points that are applied to that.
I'm going to appeal, Your Honor.
So, but I do find you guilty of that.
I knew you would.
As I said, you have 10 days from today if you wish to appeal.
I will appeal it
And it can
now.
go to a higher court.
Okay.
We will help you with that because we will have to post an appearance bond.
Okay.
Municipal court, you do not. Your
Okay.
signature is enough, is basically your bond. But if you go to a higher court, then they require an appearance bond.
That's fine.
So, I think it's $224.50, I think, is what the appearance bond is.
That's
You
ridiculous.
have to pay it here, and then I in turn take it there, and then they set the date. And so then the city will prosecute it there also. Not
Okay.
me, but it'll be in
So I appeal it downstairs and pay my ransom downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll help you because we'll have to fill out some forms and things. And I will tell you, my court clerk that's been with me 28 years, retired last Friday. So we're kind of green with this. So it may take me a little bit to figure out exactly, because she's the one that always handles it.
Okay.
So, and I hadn't appointed anyone, I hadn't hired anybody yet in her place. So I appreciate your patience there.
Sure.
So, any other questions? Told you everything?
No, I knew how it was going to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.